Welcome to this yoga flow. We're going to start in a seated position, just ensuring that the parts of the body in contact with the earth are comfortable. Absolutely no rush or hurry as we do begin to arrive. Having the hands lightly in your lap. And beginning to take a few big rounds of breath. And we'll casually begin to bring our left ear towards the left shoulder. Marinating here, or again, that right hand might begin to venture off to the right, maybe back of the hand towards the lower back. Taking a little bit of a bind. If you'd like to take any further, hand coming to the heart or to the temple. Adding as little or as much pressure here. Left hand beginning to come back into our lap, stacking the head. We'll begin to take our right hand out towards the side and we'll begin to explore our twist. Left hand onto that right knee or thigh. Inhaling, lengthening, and then twisting. Right hand venturing up and then over. Taking a gentle little rock here. Right hand beginning to come back into the lap. Take a gentle little circle spiral here. Shoulders coming over the sit bones. Right ear going towards the right shoulder. We'll make those similar choices. Left hand out to the side. Half bind. Feel like a little bit more hand to the heart or to the temple. Right hand beginning to come back into our lap. We'll stack the torso. Left hand sweeping behind as we take that twist. Gazing over that left shoulder. Exploring that side stretch. Left arm rising over to the side. And swirling, swaying as we take that left hand down, taking our little circles. Wonderful. We can take our shoulders back over the sit bones, taking the hands gently behind us. We'll begin to straighten our right leg or begin to bend that left knee in, depending on our easy seat. As we do begin, take that right leg out. Right hand coming onto the thigh or the inside. So imagine this opening of the heart. The left hand lightly on the thigh. And we're going to begin to take a little bit of a spiral here. So heart's coming forward and then we'll open. And some of our circle spirals, we might kind of ease in and out until you find a comfortable position. In the back of this right hand might travel a little bit further down the leg. And we're going to begin to fold over our right leg. So casually taking that left hand, middle of our space, right hand going onto the outside of that leg. And we'll begin to take that sway, melt over the limb. And we'll begin to lift the torso. As we begin to lift the torso, light hand underneath that right knee, edge of the foot, or maybe the sole of the foot. And again, we'll begin to bring the back of the hand on the inside. Left hand onto the knee. We'll come forward this time with our heart rather than off to the side. And we'll take a cat, tucking and rounding. Shoulders coming back over the sit bones. Hands beginning to come behind us. We'll begin to straighten our left leg, inviting this right foot in towards the inside of that left side. And we'll begin to build light commitment of that left hand on the inside of the leg, right hand onto the thigh. And again, we're going in the direction of the right side. And it might just be a little bit of a sway. Left hand might travel again a little bit further on the inside of the leg. We'll begin to bring our right hand center of our space, and then the left hand going on the outside of that leg, and we'll begin to melt, folding over that left leg. Beginning to lift our torso up, light fingertips underneath the knee, edge of the foot, maybe sole of the foot. Back of the hand coming onto the inside, heart beginning to come forward. And then we'll round, tucking the chin in, rounding the spine. Heart beginning to come forward. We'll take our hands behind us, straightening both legs, soles of the feet coming forward, sweeping the arms up overhead. And we'll fold over our laps. And big rounds of breath here in the sense of those big inhales and longer exhalations. Beginning to lift our torso, hands going to one side as we begin to bring our legs behind us. Beginning to come into a tabletop position of all fours. We can stay seated as long as you like. Otherwise, coming through to that table. And as we explore our table with our shifts and drifts, taking a little bit of action with the hands so they can stay towards the top end of your space. Maybe the fingers begin to go towards the long edge. Maybe towards the thigh. And what one hand does, the other one doesn't need to mirror. Eventually letting the fingers point towards the top of your space. And we'll begin to tuck our toes. As we begin to tuck our toes, we'll begin to lift the knees, sending the sit bones up and back, downward dog. Paddling, bending one knee and then the other. Reminding ourselves we can stay in table if we prefer. And from our chosen lane, we'll begin to make our way to a fold, strolling or crawling the feet to the hands. As we arrive folded over the thighs, we'll begin to take a halfway, hands to thighs, shins or peace fingers, and melting down. One more time, halfway, and melting down. Pressing into the feet, we'll sweep the arms up overhead. When the hands get to our highest point, we'll take a little bit of a circling at the wrists. From our circle feather, we'll cactus, opening up the chest. And beginning to rise, circling, feathering all the way down to our folds. And as we fold, we'll take a halfway. Again, hands to thighs, shins or peace fingers. Melting down. One more time, halfway. Melting, pressing the feet. We're going to sweep our arms up. When the hands get to the highest point, circle feather. And from our circle feather, we'll begin to cactus, opening up the chest. Hands beginning to rise. We're going to circle feather the hands all the way down to our side. As we arrive to our side, we'll soften the knees and casually begin to take your pretend pockets. It might be on the side of the body, maybe the sit bones. Bending the knees, opening up the chest. Shoulders coming over the ankles, and we'll begin to hinge. Folding, tucking the chin in towards our collarbones, letting the head go heavy. Slowly letting the hands begin to come back down towards the earth. Number 7, halfway. And folding. We're going to casually begin to bring our weight into our right hand. As we step back with our left foot, we're going to come into a warrior 2. So deciding the distance from that right heel, left toes, and then we'll take our left toes to the side. Pressing into the foot, we'll begin to open up the arms. As we come into warrior 2, beginning to take the fingertips towards the shoulders. And from here, we're going to take a gentle little rock with the legs. And then eventually, we're going to take a gentle twist. So we're going to take a little bit of a cactus if fingertips to the shoulders are uncomfortable. Letting that lower half begin to settle. Taking our right elbow center. So we're beginning to go a little bit of a dash. We'll come back through and then leading with the left elbow. Again, this can be mimicked with our cactus. And we'll come back through, unfurling, more traditional surfer pose. Flipping that right palm, letting it rise up towards the sky. We might choose to straighten that right leg. Softening the right knee, right elbow, forearm coming onto the thigh, left hand to the hip. And there's always options here. We can simply linger with this little teapot. If you want more of a shoulder opening, back of the hand towards the lower back will open. Or you can take the arm up overhead. So just taking a bit of a gauge of where your body may wish to move in this side angle. And from your chosen variation, we'll begin to let that left hand drip down, pivoting our left foot. We're beginning to twist. Right hand onto the thigh or the sky. Right hand beginning to come down towards the earth. Shifting away to that left side. We'll begin to slide, float that right foot back. Your downward dog. Taking a gentle little pedal here. We'll begin to crawl, stroll the feet to the hands. Folding down. Halfway when we arrive. Melting, pressing the feet. We'll take our arms up. Circle feather. Cactus. Hands rising to the sky. We'll circle feather the hands all the way down to our side. As the hands begin to release along the side of those deep pretend pockets, soften the knees, opening up the chest. Softening the knees, we'll begin to hinge. Fingertips beginning to come down towards the earth. We'll shift the weight into our left hand, so we take our right leg back. So again, we're going to build that warrior two. Finding the distance of feet and then pivoting that right foot. Lifting the arms initially to get our foundation. Cactus arms or fingertips to the shoulders. Taking that gentle rock with that left leg. Letting the legs begin to settle. Left elbow coming inward. So we're twisting. Back through center, right elbow coming in towards the side. And back through, unfurling the arms. Left palm will begin to come into your reverse. Maybe we straighten that left leg. Softening the left knee, warrior two, and then your side angle. Left elbow, forearm onto that left thigh. Teapot with the right hand. Binding if you want more shoulder. Or right arm going up if you want a little bit more length from the side body. Eventually, we'll take our right hand down towards the earth, coming into our twist, pivoting that right foot, left hand onto the thigh or the sky. And left hand coming down towards the earth. We'll begin to slide, step, or float that left foot, downward dog. Beginning to drip our knees down towards the earth. Taking a little bit of a shift and drift here. We'll begin to let the sit bones go towards the heels. We're beginning to venture onto our backs. Hands to one side as we sweep the soles of the feet forward. As and when the feet begin to arrive forward in your own time, we're going to tuck and round and eventually bring the knees in towards our chest. As we bring the knees in towards the chest, imagine armpits rather than heart. We'll take a little bit of a circle spiral here. And eventually, when it feels nice, we'll begin to take our hands behind the knees or along the back of the thighs. And we're going to take a little bit of paddling of the feet. So just as it sounds, paddling the feet as if we were in the water. And we're paddling, it's more of a bend at the knees and the ankles. The feet are just flopping. Now we're just paddling, and you might have one foot faster than the other. And then we'll let the feet begin to slow down and eventually settle. And we'll begin to let the soles of the feet begin to come down towards the earth, semi-supine. Taking a moment here. We'll begin to take the knees to one side, coming onto a side that we favor, pressing the earth away as we venture back through to an easy seat. Taking the hands here at the heart, bowing the head to the hands in gratitude for investing in your well-being and your practice. And thank you for taking this yoga flow with me. If you'd like to practice together live, I have an online yoga studio. You can check out the link in the description, and I look forward to seeing you soon.